In a quiet village near a wide, slow-moving river, there lived a bright green parrot. His feathers shone like fresh leaves after the first rain of the season. When sunlight touched his wings, they glowed softly, as if nature itself had painted him with care. The villagers called him Metho, because his voice was sweet and clear, gentle like a morning prayer. Metho did not live in a cage like other parrots in nearby villages. He lived freely on an old neem tree that stood beside a small mud house. The neem tree was tall and wise, its branches spreading wide like open arms. Beneath it lived an old man named Hari. Hari lived alone. His wife had passed away many years ago, leaving behind silence and memories. His children had moved to the city long ago. At first, they sent letters. Then fewer letters. Then none at all. The mud house, once full of laughter, now echoed only with footsteps and sighs. Metho became Hari's companion. Every morning, Metho woke him before sunrise. He called his name gently, repeating the words Hari loved most. Hari would smile, open his tired eyes, and say, "Good morning, my friend." Metho sat on the window ledge as Hari drank his tea. In the afternoon, Metho talked while Hari rested on his old wooden bed. In the evening, Metho sang as the sun sank behind the river. The villagers often paused near the house and smiled. "Look at that parrot," they said. "He is more loyal than family." Metho heard those words and felt proud. His chest lifted. His heart felt warm. He believed his purpose was clear, to make Hari happy. Slowly Metho began to shape his life around Hari. If Hari was sad, Metho sang louder. If Hari was tired, Metho stayed silent. If Hari was sick, Metho did not leave the tree even to eat. He stopped flying far. He stopped exploring the riverbanks. He stopped listening to the calls of distant birds. Without realizing it, Metho forgot his own wishes. He forgot the deep forest. He forgot the joy of long flight. He forgot that the sky belonged to him too. One afternoon, the wind carried unfamiliar voices. A group of parrots flew down and landed on the neem tree. Their feathers were colorful. Their eyes were bright. They laughed, played, and shared stories of mango groves and forest rain. Metho listened quietly. One young parrot hopped closer and asked, "Brother, why do you stay here alone? Come with us. The forest is full of fruit and freedom." Metho looked toward the mud house. Through the open door, he saw Hari sleeping, his breath slow and shallow. "I cannot leave," Metho replied softly. "He needs me." The parrots did not argue. They nodded with understanding and flew away. Metho watched them until they became small dots in the sky. His heart felt heavy, but he told himself it was love. Days passed, seasons changed. Hari grew weaker. His hands shook. His steps slowed. He could no longer walk to the river. Metho tried harder. He spoke all day. He spun all night. His voice grew tired, but he did not stop. He believed love meant sacrifice without limits. One cold morning, silence filled the house. Hari did not wake up. Metho called his name again and again. He fluttered inside the house, landed on the bed, touched Hari's shoulder with his beak. Nothing moved. Villagers came quietly. Someone covered Hari with a white cloth. Someone whispered prayers. Metho sat on the neem tree frozen. For the first time, no one listened to his voice. After the funeral, the house became empty. No water bowl was kept outside. No grains were scattered on the ground. No one spoke to Metho. Days turned into weeks. Hunger weakened him. Loneliness hollowed his chest. His feathers lost their shine. The neem tree felt colder. Metho realized something painful. He had lived only for another person, and now he had nothing left for himself. One evening, dark clouds gathered. A storm arrived suddenly. Strong winds shook the neem tree. Rain lashed like sharp needles. Metho struggled to hold on. A violent gust threw him to the ground. Pain shot through his wing. He tried to fly, but failed. the world spun. A young village boy found him near the path and carried him gently to his grandmother. The old woman's hands were warm and careful. She cleaned Metho's wing and wrapped it softly. "Little bird," she said, "you loved deeply, but you forgot yourself." Metho did not understand her words, but her voice felt safe. For many days, Metho stayed near the grandmother's window. He rested. He ate. He stayed quiet. The world slowed down. Each morning, he watched the sky change colors. Each evening, he felt his wing grow stronger. One day, the grandmother spoke again. "Love is not losing yourself," she said. "True love allows you to live, grow, and fly." Those words stayed inside Metho. When his wing healed, Metho stood on the window edge. He looked at the village. He looked at the neem tree. He looked at the open sky. His heart was afraid, but also light. He flew. At first his wings shook. Then they grew steady. He crossed the river. He reached the forest. The trees welcomed him with sound and color. Other parrots greeted him. Metho felt joy, not guilt. Sometimes he returned to the neem tree. He sat quietly. He sang, not in pain but in peace. Metho learned a deep lesson. Loyalty without self-respect becomes a cage. Love without balance becomes loss. You can care for others, but you must never disappear for them. And for the first time, Metho's song was truly free. This story teaches us that love and loyalty are beautiful, but only when they do not erase who you are. Living only for others may feel noble, but when you forget your own needs, dreams, and identity, love slowly turns into a cage. Just like Metho, many people give so much of themselves that one day they are left empty, unsure of who they are without the person they served. Remember, loving others is important, but living for yourself is necessary. Balance is not selfish. It is wisdom.